Howdy folks, I'm Brian and here's some Reddit. This first story is titled, Am I a Jerk for Erupting in Anger Over Food? And OP's sister actually comes in to answer on this one. So hang in there and you'll see that they paint a very sympathetic picture of themselves at first. But OP's sister is tells it like it is. So let's get started. I'm a 25-year-old and I pay rent to my mom. My sister, 23, does not. She pays for food instead, but claims nobody can eat her food but her boyfriend, 23, who is also staying rent-free, and my mom. My mom does not buy food. I have a disability and I cannot work, so everyone blames me for that. If I eat food, my sister spins up an argument. Did you pay for that? I respond with, are you paying for rent? And she responds with, did you pay when you were my age? I will when I'm your age. She can so easily get everyone on her side and cut me off whenever I try to speak until I'm fuming with anger and erupt into a yelling match. I log my food I eat. I've ate maybe $40 to $70 worth of food. She claims I should pay every cent I make from my disability to pay her for food. They make a massive mess every day with meals and tell me I should contribute with cleaning up despite not eating any of it. They try to tell me that I'm eating $1,000 worth of food each month. This erupts into a huge back and forth yelling match until everyone is against me, telling me that if I wasn't paying rent, they'd be making more, claiming me as a dependent. I have Asperger's, I'm bipolar with severe anxiety, I have ADHD and OCD, and I'm receiving ODSP. They tell me I don't contribute enough, that I should just deal with the disabilities and figure it out like everybody else does. Today I blew up so much that everyone wants me to leave. I'm clearly a burden to them, and I agree I should probably leave, but I have no idea what to do. Edit. That was highly unexpected for my sister to respond, but cathartic to get that off my chest. I'll find somewhere else to live. Alright, and I think there's a lot of information missing from this post, so why don't we read their sister's response. You're the jerk. You're missing a lot there. You scream at us every day. You literally screamed at us for hours because your ear hurt. You don't have a discussion, you just scream at us. You stand in the kitchen and scream while we try to talk to you, and you do not get out of our face. You throw a temper tantrum like a toddler. You literally whipped a water bottle at us today as you were hitting the cupboards, trying to break them too. Yes, you have a disability, but that doesn't stop you from cleaning up after yourself and doing your own dishes. Yes, the kitchen is a mess, but you've never cleaned a single thing in your life. We clean the kitchen. It's not like we make a mess, then make you clean it up. We always clean up after ourselves and after you. You sleep during the day when we make food, and that makes dishes. Then you're up all night eating everything. You eat piles of cheese. Do you even know how much a bag of cheese costs? You go through a few of them a week. You leave the cupboards open, you leave the microwave open, the freezer open, and when anyone asks you to close them, you scream at us. You leave your window wide open all winter, then scream at us when we ask you to close it because you're wasting heat. You pay rent and do absolutely nothing to help anyone or anything. You make a mess and then blame it on everyone else. You have never cleaned up after yourself. Everyone is sick of cleaning up after you. No other landlord in the world will supply you with food, do your dishes, wash all your towels you use, pay your utilities, internet, and drive you around. You also never ever thank anyone for taking you downtown or buying you food. Ever. I pay for food not because I want to, but because mom cannot afford it. I don't pay rent because I'm 22. You just started paying rent in October at the age of 24. Before then, you were living rent-free. You've never paid for food, utilities, or anything. I've been paying for food and household supplies since I was 20. I do not need to be supporting you when you have your own income. You keep saying you've found apartments that will pay for your food and utilities for under $400 a month, and we're telling you to move there. You refuse to move out, even though you said you had a bunch of places to go. Mom even offered to help you move. You stress everyone out by screaming at us, not cleaning up after yourself, and causing problems. The argument today was because you ate one thing I went out and bought yesterday for myself. You could have literally ate anything else, but you ate the one thing I went out specifically to buy. You're a jerk. You're a jerk. You're only telling a tiny portion of the story. Also, you're 25. Grow up. Edited to add that he's on ODSP because our mom made him. He didn't want to get any money because before that, prior to October 2020, our mom was supporting him 100%. So, I think the important thing to take away from this is framing is everything. And sometimes when we read some of these, people will frame a particular argument in a very favorable light for themselves. It sounds like they have a lot of issues here, and it sounds like potentially there's a lot of friction in this household. Maybe they should seek family counseling. I mean, it sounds like everyone is really stressed out in this situation, and it's really unfortunate that it's come to the point where they want him to leave, but it also sounds like maybe him leaving might be the best thing in this situation, because if he can find a place for $400 a month, yeah, that's going to be able to suit his needs a little bit better. That might very well be what he actually needs in this situation, or it might actually help him realize what the situation that he has right now is really not that bad. So I think that OP probably has a very colored view of reality. It's very difficult to know what's going through this individual's mind. They came to this thread for a reason, and it's very difficult to know why they were trying to gain some kind of justification behind their actions if they were leaving so much out. So I think that's kind of frustrating from a reading point of view, because it's difficult for me to know what's going through someone's head. Why would they lie about a bunch of stuff and then, I don't know, want people to kind of assuage their egos? I don't know. So this is a little bit frustrating for me, and the thing is, I do hope that both of these siblings are able to work together and actually come to a better place, because this is really just not a healthy environment. So if OP here is yelling all the time and stressing everyone out, then they probably need to figure out how to not do that. But anyhow, I hope that this family is able to kind of heal, move forward, is able to kind of help resolve their problems, because this just seems like a really bad situation. Anyhow, take care and good luck to everyone here. Well, this is extremely important information. Sorry, OP, but you're the jerk. I'm autistic, dealing with bipolar disorder, depression, and anxiety. Despite my disorders, I managed to live my life fairly well. But from all the comments of your siblings, you are not managing well. Are you on any medication? Do you go to constant therapy? Why haven't you thought seriously about moving out when you have the options to do so? You may pay rent, but you clearly do not help around the house in any way you should as a roommate or tenant. Please seek professional help, OP. If your emotional outbursts are constant enough and it's affecting everyone else that's living with you, of course everyone is going to be stressed out. Your sister is not paying rent right now does not mean she will not pay rent if and when your mother asks her to contribute. Please learn how to cope and manage your emotions. Your family seems to be falling apart and not being able to walk on eggshells for you any longer. I think that probably sums it up the best. All right, I know that one was a little long, but I have a shorter one here. So, our next letter is titled, Will I Be a Jerk If I Move to a New Location After My Girlfriend Moved to Be Close to Me? I live in Lower Manhattan in New York, and my girlfriend used to live with roommates in Midtown. She moved to an apartment in Lower Manhattan because she wanted to live closer to me and because it was cheaper than Midtown. She moved here in January. We've been together for a little over 2 years now. I have a friend who works in real estate, and he said he could get me a discounted rate on a new development in Queens that has a waterfront apartment and has absolutely fantastic views of New York skyline and the East River. I told my girlfriend about this, and she was super annoyed that I wanted to move. This would be in June, not long after she moved, specifically to be close to me. Will I be a jerk if I did this? All right, OP. It depends. Are you bringing your girlfriend along? Is she moving in with you? If she isn't moving in with you and she moved here to be close to you, that probably is going to put you a little bit into jerk territory. This is kind of a bit of a tricky situation. If you do this, then you may be single. Let's put it that way. She moved to be close to you. She had a place before. I mean, I guess one advantage is she says that she moved into this area because it also has cheaper rent. So maybe she's saving some money, but it really depends on her roommate situation now. I think the right thing to do in this situation is talk to her, figure out if she wants to move in with you, if you two could save rent and have a better overall living arrangement. I think that would be great. But I think this is going to be something that is going to require you two to sit down, have an honest discussion about where you want this relationship to go, and potentially move forward. So yeah, I imagine it's a very frustrating situation for her, and especially if she has to, even if she does move with you, it still is frustrating to move and then move again so soon. So I do understand why she would be frustrated in this situation, but I can also understand why you would want to move to a better place, better views, and a better area in general. So yeah, a difficult situation. There's gonna have to be a lot of discussion between you and your girlfriend, plain and simple. Take care and good luck. You're the jerk, and if you really love her, move in with her to this new great flat, but don't leave her behind when she's just moved to live not too far from you. I'd understand why she could be mad and think you don't love her. I'd personally wonder if I were in the same spot. 2 years together? It might be time to move in. You would also be a massive jerk if she moved to be close to you and then you moved. You're the jerk. No jerks here. You might want to have a conversation about your relationship with your girlfriend, because I'm not sure the two of you are on the same page. Her moving to be closer to you seems to indicate that she's willing to take a pretty big step in this relationship going forward. Moving away from her only a few months after she did that might indicate to her that you are not as invested in this relationship as she is. Do you see yourself moving in with her in the future? Does she have any expectations regarding moving in together? After 2 years together, it might be a good idea to discuss these things before deciding to move to a new apartment. Perhaps she viewed her move as the first step towards moving in together at some point, and you moving away might seem like a step backwards in your relationship to her. Maybe my assumptions are way off, but it might at least be worth having a conversation about these kinds of things at some point in time. Yeah, totally agree on that. All right, our final letter is titled, Am I a Jerk for Refusing a Present? So I want you to imagine that I'm reading this in the voice of Squidward Tentacles. I will preface this by saying that I'm notoriously hard to shop for. The person who purchased this gift for me has known about it for 20 years now. The relationship is romantic, but not exclusive. During the course of our time together, I've been very impressed with this person's generosity and thoughtfulness when it comes to gifts, until this morning. There is no special occasion, and this was completely out of the blue. So this morning, at 7 a.m., on Saturday, I was woken up by 2 texts from this person that are just pictures of this thing that they randomly purchased for me. Now, I'm not wealthy by any means, but certain item categories for me are quantity over quality, and I can justify their cost because of their longevity. This item in this category is not something I would ever want to purchase. Neither the gifter or myself have a ton of disposable income, and I just felt like, what in the world? You don't even know me. Like, why? I ended up calling them to ask them what was going on, and where did this come from? It was brand new, I've never heard of it, and it wasn't in packaging. It just seemed super off. The first response was a boutique. Then it was a one-off shop, whatever that is. Anyways, I'm pretty sure they bought it off to some person to help them out and got scammed. Either way, I don't want it, and I don't want to be woken up super early on the weekend just to be made to feel like a snob for politely explaining that I have certain standards when it comes to this particular type of item. So am I a jerk? SpongeBob! SpongeBob, why did you buy me the spatula? I don't want a spatula. I know, my Squidward tentacles is terrible. So sorry. Alright, OP, I don't mean to poke too much fun here. Here's the thing, is that you sound kind of pretentious. You sound kind of like Squidward tentacles would. And, the thing is that, you didn't want to be woken up at 7 a.m. for something someone did that was a nice gesture. They were trying to be nice to you, and you're just complaining about it. And I think that's the true shame here. And you say, oh, well, I have certain standards. Well, we're just trying to be nice here. I mean, sure, getting a gift that you don't like is certainly a frustrating thing. We've all been there. We've all gotten gifts that we weren't like super jazzed about. But again, it's the thought that counts. And this person clearly thought that you were going to like it, because I doubt seriously they would have woken you up at 7 a.m. if they weren't like super excited about it and they thought, oh, this is going to be like the perfect gift for them. So, that's just it, is I think that you're probably overreacting here. I think you're acting a little snobbish. I think you're acting a little pretentious. So, yeah, I think you should have just said thank you, honestly. But anyhow, yeah, take care and good luck. You're the jerk and a miserable human, pretentious and a killjoy. I'm surprised that you actually still have people in your life that want to interact with you. It's a little harsh. You're the jerk, someone that your friends / romantically involved in got you a gift, and you're basically saying it isn't up to your standards. Just be grateful and take it. You're the jerk, they woke you up to give you a gift that is below your standards. Listen to yourself, then call them back and apologize. Do you really want to be the person who values sleep over a caring relationship? Really? You're the jerk, be nice and accept the gift graciously. But you don't have to feel obligated to use it. In the future, silence your phone or use the Do Not Disturb function so you're not awakened early by anything unimportant. I feel you on all that. The phone thing is like a financial issue, I guess, because I must keep one turned on at all times for my work. I've been meaning to get another line and device. It's an extra expense, so it won't be immediate. That's a legitimate reason not to turn your phone on to, I guess, Do Not Disturb. Alright folks, that's all the time we have for today. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, consider giving me a like. If you didn't, consider giving me a dislike. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you all tomorrow. SpongeBob,